The first thing Rena Kale noticed was warmth. Not the smooth warmth of a medbay pod. This warmth was alive, breathing right against her face. Her eyelids felt heavy, stubborn. She forced them open. The ceiling above her was a smooth curve of white panels with soft lights and quiet air. Her vision cleared, and there, very close, was a small face. Soft gray fur, wide green eyes, ringed with gold, long whisker fronds that trembled with emotion. Rena Kale froze. The cub froze back. For a heartbeat, they stared at each other. Then the cub blurted, in a rush of relief, "You're awake." His voice shook with joy. "I thought you would not wake. I missed you." The words hit Rena Kale like a wave. She tried to speak, but her throat was dry. The cub's eyes widened with worry. He scrambled down the side of the pod and reached for a wall dispenser. His paws fumbled with the controls. Too small. Too determined. He tried again. The nozzle popped free with a soft hiss. He caught it fast, then guided the tube to her lips. The doctor said humans wake up thirsty. Water touched her tongue. Cool, clean, perfect. Rena Kale drank slowly, then breathed out. Memory returned in pieces. Alarms, lights flashing, systems failing, a ship shaking as power surged through the decks. She had been in the engine section. Of course she had. She always was when things went wrong. She remembered her own voice, calm and firm. "Go. Go now. I will hold it." She lowered the tube. "How long?" The cub's tail twitched once. His ears drooped, then lifted again, as if he was practicing being brave. 39 sleeps, he said softly. Rena Kale blinked. 39 days? He nodded fast. 39 by station clocks. The ship clocks were broken, but the doctors counted. They always count. A cold worry rose in her chest. "The others?" The cub answered at once. "Safe. They're safe. Everyone is safe because of you." Rena Kale closed her eyes for a second. The Starling Mercy, a mixed transport on a long route. Families, supplies, and people trying to reach a new start. She had been hired as a systems engineer. Then trouble came, and she had stayed at her post. Rena Kale swallowed. "I stayed too long." The cub shook his head hard. "You stayed enough," he said. "My aunt said humans do that, that you have a helping habit." Rena Kale gave a weak laugh. "Tell your aunt it is strong." The cub grinned. "Good," he said, "because then you cannot stop." Rena Kale studied him. This cub was not just curious. He had been waiting. She focused. "What is your name?" The cub's ears perked up. "Vecchi," he said. "Vecchi of Coil Nest." Then quickly, like it mattered. "I am the one you said could hold a wrench without dropping it." Rena Kale searched her memory. The engine room. A small shadow behind her. Endless questions. Bright eyes. A kid with a smudge of grease on his nose. She remembered. She had tossed him a tiny spanner and tested his grip. He had not dropped it once. "You, Rena," Kale rasped, "were the reason I almost lost a finger." Vecchi's eyes widened. "I told you the panel was sharp. You told me after I touched it. That still counts as telling?" Rena Kale stared. Then she laughed, weak but real. Vecca's tail began to swish, happy and proud. Her smile softened. "They said I would not wake." Vecchi went still. "Yes," he whispered. "The doctor said sometimes humans do not wake, even when the body heals." Rena Kale took a slow breath. "And I did." Vecchi nodded hard. "You did." Then his voice dropped, gentle and honest. "I came every day." Rena Kale's throat tightened. "Why?" Vecchi leaned closer. "Because you promised me." Rena Kale blinked. "I promised what?" Vecchi's eyes brightened. "You promised you would teach me. You promised I could learn to make broken things work again. You told me humans keep promises?" Rena Kale remembered. Not every word. But the moment, she swallowed. "Okay," she said softly. "Then I am awake." Vecchi lit up like sunrise. "Really?" Really? Rena Kale said, pushing herself up on her elbows. Her arms trembled, but she did it. Becky stared like it was a miracle. Rena Kale pointed weakly at him. But first, he snapped to attention. You are going to tell me everything I missed, she said. 39 days is a long time. Fill me in. Becky inhaled like he had been waiting for that. And then he talked. Rescue crews. Station halls. New rooms for the families. Food that tasted better than ship rations, repairs, plans, and Captain Jessa, making sure everyone stayed calm and safe. Rena Kale listened, tired and warm at the same time. Watching Becky speak with his whole body, ears flicking, tail swishing, paws moving like he was building the story in the air, she felt something settle inside her. Humans were not the biggest. They were not the toughest. But they had heart. They stayed. They helped. They kept promises. Becky finally ran out of words and looked at her, worried. Was that too much? Do humans get tired from talking? Rena Kale smiled. Yes, kid, tired, but not broken. Becky nodded, satisfied. Good, because tomorrow we start wrench training. Rena Kale lifted a brow. Tomorrow? Becky nodded. The doctor said you need rest. And you believed him? Becky answered with simple truth. I believe what helps you get stronger. Also, the doctor is bigger than me. Rena Kale laughed, quiet and real. Becky climbed carefully onto the edge of the pod and curled against her side. His purr started low, warm, and steady. Welcome back, he whispered. Rena Kale wrapped one arm around him and stared up at the medbay ceiling. Somewhere beyond it was a wide galaxy. And in that galaxy, humanity had a place. Not because of fear, because of kindness. Good to be back, Rena Kale murmured. Becky's purr deepened. And for the first time in a long time, Rena Kale felt peace. Subscribe to Neon Cub Tales right now. Like this video if you felt that moment. Comment your best scene. Was it Rena Kale opening her eyes? Or Becky saying, I missed you? Or the promise coming true? Drop a comment like this. Best scene was the wake up. Or best scene was the promise. Turn on notifications. New HFY stories are coming fast.